Welcome to Counterpoint. I'm Tanya Granick-Allen. Several weeks ago, I introduced you to James Topp, who is marching over 4,000 kilometers across Canada to Ottawa. He is marching to speak for the many Canadians who have lost their jobs because of the mandates, or for the many Canadians who have felt coerced into getting the jab. He is a current serving soldier who has served in the Canadian Armed Forces for 28 years. When I caught up with James last time, he was in Saskatchewan. Well, now he is in Ontario, and within a week or so, he will march into Ottawa, his final destination. Later in the program, we're going to hear from his colleague Tom Marazzo, who is the spokesman for the Freedom Convoy and is chief of staff for Veterans for Freedom. But now we are joined by James Topp himself as he continues his march to Ottawa. James, good to see you again. I can see you're keeping up a very brisk pace.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, we're definitely plugging along at a rapid rate. We're probably about 300 kilometers west of Ottawa. We've clocked in 4,000 kilometers so far, and it's been quite a journey.
Okay, before we get into some of the messaging and why you're doing it, not many Canadians walk across Canada. How has this experience been for you emotionally, physically? What were some of the unexpected things that you encountered physically as you did this journey?
Yeah, to say it's been a roller coaster is an understatement. It has definitely had its terrifying lows and dizzying highs. Physically, there was a conditioning process that continues on. Actually, I don't. There was a lot of buzz. I remember when I said I was going to start this about how I would decay the further I went, but I feel actually a lot better than I did when I started.
Wow.
I'm regularly getting in between 45 and 50 kilometers a day.
Well, that's amazing.
So,
again, you're going from Vancouver to Ottawa. That's quite the journey.
Yeah, and it's been a learning experience. I've met a lot of amazing people along the way. It's definitely challenging. It's stressful. It's exhilarating. I have to get used to being approached by people from all different directions now, and more folks are pulling over on the highway to say hello and offer support.
Wow.
And it's definitely, it's been an amazing experience, despite the suffering. As we close in on the end here, reflect on what we've accomplished as a team. And it's unfortunate that it's not getting more mainstream press coverage just because of how this team has gelled and come together and worked together over the last
well, we're happy
months.
to have you on again. This is the second time I've covered it, so I'm happy that we, as at the newsroom, is able to give some coverage. Now, do you feel, because you're marching, we talked about this the last time, you're not walking across Canada, you're marching because you're marching with a purpose. What is the purpose? And I want to hear it in your own words. And do you feel your message is being heard?
I do. And I think the purpose was for me to air my grievances. This is a protest against mandates that require federal government, and I'm hoping to expand it to the corporate sector, as a term of employment, to be vaccinated or prove your vaccination or undergo some other kind of medical procedure. That, as you know, was put in place by the government last November. And I'm speaking on behalf of everybody who is in a similar situation to I am, where I'm on leave without pay, and I'm also being released from the armed forces administratively.
Oh, okay.
And that was because of my failure to comply with the Chief of Defense Staff Directive on vaccination policy. And finally, I'm speaking on behalf of all of those folks who I have encountered along the way who had to submit because they were threatened with losing a paycheck. So that's what it's all about. That's the protest. I want to have my grievance heard at the highest levels because there was nowhere I was going to be able to go in the public service union. north my chain of command, and I felt the only recourse was to reach out to the representatives at the federal government.
Okay, we're going to pause
that's
you
what I did.
here. We're going to pause you here. We're going to cut to commercial, but we'll pick up this interview in just a few moments.